What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense, back once again. And I want to talk about a house that doesn't get a lot of spotlight. And I understand why. But being that I do own 3 fragrances from this house, I do want to talk about them a little bit. For those of you who don't know who this is behind me, this is Fragmental. I'm not sure of the other guy with him, but that's the channel, Fragmental. Check him out. Also, if you're not a subscriber to this particular channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Punch the bell. Icon will open up above the bell. Click all so you get any and all notifications from this channel. Make sure you like the video, thumbs up. Make sure you share the videos, and make sure you are active in the comment section. So with that being said, let's get started. So yesterday, I think it was it was the day before yesterday. I think it was Saturday, was when I actually wore from the house of Ralph Lauren. This is Polo Big Pony #1 is what I wore. And I talked about it a little bit. And this, to me, is one of those shower gel. I don't like the atomizer, but it does a mist like them body sprays. This gives me a kind of shower gel, kind of like a decent laundry detergent type smell. It's nice in the opening. Performance is not that great, as we all know about Polo. The only one that really seems to resonate with a lot of people, older people at that, is the Polo Green, the vintage one. This particular one, I think, is more for a younger demographic. I don't think I mentioned that in my video. This is more for like a high schooler, teenager, maybe early 20s, something like that. This isn't for somebody older. I don't mind it because I like sweet, I like fresh kind of fragrances. The only downfall is the performance on these. Some people may get 30 minutes, some people may get an hour. I think I got like an hour and a half of projection, maybe like 3.5 to 4 hours of longevity out of this, and that was pretty much it. I did get a compliment from my friend. She said she caught a whiff of it when I was walking in front of her, going into the library. And when I got in the car, she said she smelled it. So not a bad smelling fragrance. It's just not different enough to really want to purchase this unless you're just a fanboy of Polo and you just, you got all the shirts and stuff like that. And you just want to collect these fragrances from the house of Ralph Lauren, then, hey, go for it. I wouldn't recommend picking this up at full retail. Maybe if you can find it at discounters for maybe around the $20 mark. I wouldn't go much higher than that. But that's just my personal opinion. Notes on this one. Released in 2010. And this has lime and oak. It is considered citrus, woody, fresh, spicy, aromatic, and green. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's basic shower gel type fragrance, clean, fresh, spring and summer time type fragrance. That's all you get with this. Now, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one was actually gifted to me by someone I was dating a while back, and she claims to have found this at like the Goodwill or something like that, in which sometimes you can find some decent fragrances at the Goodwill if you look. I know one time somebody said they found a vintage bottle of the green at a Goodwill. Now, I don't know how long it's been sitting around, so whether it was still good or not, I don't know. But whether she was telling the truth or whether she actually went out and bought this and just didn't want to tell me because it didn't have a box. She gave this to me, and it is the Big Pony #2, which is the same as this one. It's just this one is a smaller bottle. Plus, I got this from TJ Maxx. But this is a very nice fragrance. I like this one. I actually got compliments when I wore this one to work when I was still at the hospital. This one is right up my alley when it comes to a true sweet fragrance. This one is sweet, but it's only because of maybe the lime, which is bitter and not sweet, but it does have like a sweet kind of aspect to it. This one is sweet because of the cacao that's in this, the chocolate. This one was released in 2010. It is sweet, musky, and a warm spicy. It has cacao and musk in it. And when I wore this to work, I got compliments. Now, the atomizer on this one is not that much better than the first one, the #1. But the scent on this is nice. I got more compliments from the #2 than I did #1. I actually like this one a whole heck of a lot more than I did the #1. And I haven't worn this much recently. This is better for if you wanted to wear something for a date. I think this is perfect. Movies, something like that. This one more like running errands, a dumb reach scent to me. That's just all I can get out of this one. This one, the performance is not bad. It was still close to what I got from the first one. About hour and a half projection. I got about maybe 4 hours of longevity out of this. If you want my exact numbers on this, I think you can refer back to one of my older videos when I talked about this when I first started. Very good fragrance. I like this one a lot. So I'm glad I have this one. And last but not least is one that I actually received from a subscriber some time back. And you can slightly see through this because of the scratches that are on the bottle. But this one is Polo Red Extreme. Now this, I don't think this is the exact top that's supposed to be on this, because the picture I saw was this actual bottle, but the top was a black top, and I think it had red stripe around it. But this top, it fits the bottle. It doesn't hold. Atomizer is much better to me than the other two. If I had to choose between all three of these, this would hands down be my #1. The smell on this is so nice. I like this a lot. This one, the other two were released in 2010. This one was released in 2017, and this has notes of blood orange, coffee, and ebony wood, and it's considered to be an oriental woody. It's gourmandish. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't wear it much. Perfect for dates. All three of these can be worn in an office setting and not offend anyone. You're not going to overpower anyone. Now, this one, you do have to go a little bit lighter on the trigger because it is gourmandish, and it does kind of pack a punch in the opening. So once it dries down, I think you'll be fine. Perfect for a date. Let me give these, like, this will be number 1 for me. Number 2, no pun intended. And if I had something else, I don't even think this would make the list. But being that these are the only 3 that I have, this will be number 1, number 2, and this will be number 3. Which one do I least recommend would be number 1. Unless you're looking for a shower gel or a laundry detergent type fragrance, like a dumb reach scent that you could just, you don't want to take the time and stand and look through all these fragrances and pick something. You can just grab this, spray it on, go pay your bills, go to the grocery store, go check the mail, whatever you're going to do. That's all this will be good for. Now, these other 2, like I said before, both of these could work in a date. On a date, both of these would be nice for some kind of, I don't want to say like a business dinner or like a maybe a business conference, or like, I wouldn't use one of these. I would pick something more sophisticated for that. But these work for like domestic type stuff. Like if you're going to maybe hang out with a friend, a female friend, or a female co-worker or something like that, then yeah, these would work in those situations. Now, I wouldn't wear these like hanging out with the homeboys or nothing like that. No. Because to me, personally speaking, these 2 are more geared towards maybe trying to impress a female, or you just want to smell very nice around a female. Now, don't get it wrong. Now, just smelling clean, and like, nobody's never said that you smell too clean or too fresh or something like that. I mean, this will work in certain situations, but being on a date, this, like, spraying this on, and I would be walking out my door and I would be second guessing myself. I would be thinking, should I have worn that, or should I just go wash this off and spray on something else? If you have to think like that about a fragrance, then don't use it. Pick something else. And that's where this would lean with me towards. If I was going somewhere and I was around a group of females or something like that, then I wouldn't want to wear something like this. I would want to wear something, more suitable, like these, that are going to grab someone's attention. Like, oh, he smells nice. He smells like, chocolate or something sweet, or, that's just my personal opinion though. I do understand why the House of Polo doesn't get talked about a lot, because the performance is lackluster at best. It usually ranges around average to just below average. There aren't many that I've smelled that are above average that I would have to be like, oh wow, I have to have that one. I had Polo Red Extreme. I had Polo Red in decant bottles. I think I still have those. I got them from a flea market, and they do decant. They used to be like $7, but then it went up. I think you pay like I think $12 to $15 for a decent sized decant. Not those little small ones. I'm talking about the nice sized decant bottles. I've smelled them before, and the Polo Red Extreme, which is this one, I had a decant, or I have a decant of it. I liked it a lot, but paying the prices that they charge for these in retail stores is ridiculous to me. I would not pay anything above 20, 25, maybe $30 for something like this. either one of these, to be honest with you. I just wouldn't do it. I would go to a discounter if you could find. Now, I haven't seen this one, the Red Extreme, but I have seen, you know, these at discounters. So if you can pick these up for, you know, $15, $20, $25 maybe, you know, okay. But anything beyond that, I wouldn't do it. So that is all I have for you all right now. Obviously, Polo isn't one of the bigger names out there. Nobody really talks about them that much. So I just wanted to bring a little bit of light to the house of Polo. I know a lot of people aren't going to be interested in this video, which is fine. But I just wanted to put it out there anyway. I do want to do something a little different than most people. A lot of people are talking about Creed and, you know, all this other stuff that's out. And I want to talk about a little something different that people aren't shedding spotlight on or shining spotlight on. So hopefully this would help somebody if they're teeter-tottering on the fence about the house of Polo. They're not one of the fragrance houses that I highly would recommend. But if you were looking for something decent, you don't want to spend a lot of money for, you just want something that, I mean, they're not for people who have an extensive collection of like niche and higher end stuff. I wouldn't recommend this to those type people. They're gonna look at it and think they're Lanier or, you know, something like that. Maybe for somebody like me or somebody that's, you know, just getting into the fragrance game that just wants something nice, that can be, you know, somewhat crowd pleasing, then yeah, you know, there are certain ones like Red Extreme and Big Pony #2 that I highly recommend these two. But for the most part, unless they have something else that's more fresh smelling than this, that doesn't give you that shower gel or laundry detergent type vibe, then steer clear of this one. But, you know, it is what it is, guys. So here is to smelling great. And I am out. Peace.